What do we know about the new and amazing Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4? Hi, this is NovaBlaze, and welcome back to another video. If you've been keeping up with gaming news lately, you've probably seen that the trailer for Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4 has finally been released. The game is currently scheduled to launch on October 23rd, assuming it doesn't get delayed. Before we dive into the game itself, let's take a quick look back at the Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty is one of the most successful and iconic video game franchises of all time. Published by Activision, the series was originally developed by Infinity Ward before later expanding to include studios such as Treyarch and Sledgehammer Games. The early entries in the franchise focused primarily on World War II. However, everything changed with the release of Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. The game's modern setting and realistic portrayal of contemporary warfare received widespread praise from critics and players alike. To this day, many consider it one of the greatest video games ever created. As the years went on, the franchise continued to expand with the Modern Warfare series, which focused on modern military conflicts. Later, Activision introduced other sub-series such as Black Ops, Ghosts, Cold War, World War II, and several others. Each title explored a different conflict, era, or perspective on war. For many players, however, the Modern Warfare name remains the most recognizable and beloved part of the franchise. That is why, in 2019, after the original Modern Warfare trilogy had concluded, Activision announced a complete reboot of the series. Instead of continuing the original storyline, the reboot introduced a brand new narrative with reimagined versions of familiar characters. Since then, 3 rebooted Modern Warfare games have been released. Modern Warfare was praised by both critics and fans, much like the original classic. Modern Warfare 2, while not quite reaching the same level of acclaim, still delivered a strong and enjoyable experience. Unfortunately, Modern Warfare 3 received a much colder reception. Many players criticized its unusual gameplay decisions, short campaign, weaker storytelling, and lack of memorable action sequences. For some fans, it became the weakest entry in the reboot trilogy. At times, it felt as if players were simply moving past groups of enemies rather than engaging in meaningful and exciting combat encounters. But now, after all this time, Modern Warfare 4 is finally here, and it looks ready to take the franchise in a bold new direction. Story. The story of Modern Warfare 4 centers around a large-scale conflict between North and South Korea, turning the Korean peninsula into a massive battlefield. The campaign features 2 separate storylines. The first follows Park, a young Korean soldier who steps onto the battlefield for the very first time. His journey takes him from an inexperienced recruit to a battle-hardened hero as he and his squad fight for survival on the front lines. Following an invasion order from North Korea, Park and his team must defend their homeland and resist enemy advances. The second storyline is completely different. Warning: the following section contains major spoilers for previous Modern Warfare games. If you haven't experienced the story of the earlier titles, you may want to skip ahead to the next section. The second storyline focuses on one of the franchise's most beloved characters, Captain Price. Following the events of the previous game, including Shepard's actions and Soap's death at the hands of Makarov, Price finds himself on a very different path. After killing General Shepard in his office, Captain Price separates himself from Task Force 141 and begins building his own independent operation. Many groups are now hunting him because of his actions and his willingness to break the rules. However, Price always seems to stay one step ahead of his enemies. One of the most interesting moments shown in the trailer is Price's apparent cooperation with Valeria Garza. Players may remember Valeria from Modern Warfare 2, where she was associated with the cartel, and was eventually captured by Task Force 141. This unexpected alliance suggests that Price has completely separated himself from his former methods and is now following his own path. Another major highlight from the trailer is the apparent confrontation between Price and Ghost. In one dramatic scene, the two legendary characters stand face to face, hinting at a conflict that could have major consequences for the future of the story. At this point in the trailer, Ghost says,
"You broke a lot of rules, Price. No more rules."
One of the most interesting aspects of the story is that these two separate storylines eventually collide, bringing the narrative to an emotional climax where the consequences of past decisions finally come into play. The game's locations are not limited to the Korean peninsula. Throughout the campaign, players will travel across several major cities around the world, including close quarters combat in New York City, high-speed chases through the streets of Paris, stealthy nighttime raids in Mumbai, large-scale urban warfare across the Korean peninsula. Gameplay. The gameplay appears to have undergone a major evolution compared to previous entries. This installment places a strong emphasis on realistic combat and grounded action, something that is immediately noticeable in the trailer. The overall experience aims to deliver a cinematic and epic campaign while maintaining a dark and realistic atmosphere. Missions will include hand-to-hand combat encounters, high-speed pursuits, nighttime SAS operations, and large-scale urban assaults. Unlike some recent entries, expectations are that the gameplay will move away from feeling heavily inspired by Warzone and instead return to the more focused, realistic action that defined the classic Modern Warfare titles. This is an area where Modern Warfare 3 faced significant criticism, and Activision appears determined not to repeat the same mistakes. At launch, the game will feature 12 completely new maps designed for the core 6v6 multiplayer modes. These maps are said to be visually distinct, tactically diverse, and built to support a wide variety of playstyles. Additional multiplayer content includes dedicated gunfight maps, large-scale maps designed for armored and infantry combat, the dynamic kill block battlefield system, featuring over 500 different configurations, the return of DMZ. DMZ will once again offer an extraction-based sandbox experience where players can enter dangerous combat zones either alone or with a squad to recover advanced military technology. Restricted areas, weather conditions, and enemy activity will change dynamically, ensuring that every match feels different. It is also worth mentioning that this title will not feature a co-op campaign mode similar to the one seen in Black Ops 7. According to reports, various checkpoint and progression issues made the mode difficult to implement effectively. Graphics. The game continues the franchise's commitment to realism. Just like previous Modern Warfare titles, the focus remains on highly detailed environments, realistic lighting, impressive visual effects, and immersive action sequences. The game is once again powered by the IW 9.0 engine, which has played a major role in delivering some of the most visually impressive Call of Duty experiences to date. Final thoughts. Overall, Activision seems determined to use Modern Warfare 4 as an opportunity to recover from some of the mistakes made in recent entries and move the franchise in a more positive direction. The game's story and narrative structure have the potential to become a strong foundation for the future of the Modern Warfare series. However, if the developers continue to repeat the same mistakes that disappointed players in previous games, the franchise could face an even greater decline in the years ahead. For now, Modern Warfare 4 looks promising, but whether it can truly restore the reputation of the series remains to be seen.
What do you think about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. Until the next video, goodbye. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3.